You can't avoid it. You dream about creating video games. In the 70s, 80s, and 90s, that dream was tough to achieve, but not anymore. I'll show you exactly how you can turn that dream into a successful six-figure career path. I've been coding all my life. I love coding. In 2007, I had the opportunity to create my own company, but then it turned out that it was boring because it was a repetitive process and I always have to convince clients why the services were really good. For your case, it could be something like you have a boss that you hate, a job that you hate, and you always are taken to the path of creating video games because you love to play video games and because why not? You could create ones. Then it was in 2013 when I decided to move my career in video games, but some mistakes were on the path. It took me 3 years of huge mistakes to realizing what I was doing wrong. And I have to tell you, it was very expensive because I used all the savings that I have on the first part of my first company to figure out how to do it here. And consider that I have full-time dedication to do it. So I learned the tool and I start creating a lot of small projects, thinking that, well, this is the way, this is the path that I need to take. And I was extremely wrong.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
What I'm presenting to my students now in the Game Creator Accelerator is precisely based on these mistakes that I did and how I achieved the success. It is not just about the technical part, it's about the combination of how you learn the technical part, but how you present yourself to the industry. You can see the typical requirement for a job position, overall for beginner's position, where they say, we are looking for beginner's position with 2 years of experience. So how you can achieve the experience, or how can you have the experience if you are a beginner? We'll get to those answers in a second, but consider that on one side you need to learn the tools. Yeah, that's for sure. Best recommendation that I can provide you is Unreal. Why Unreal? Well, I tested Xcode, not recommended at all. I worked with Unity for long years, but then I discovered Unreal. And once you discover Unreal, guys, you don't want to touch any other tool. I have to tell you, based on the conversations that I have with my peers, everyone, 100% of us that started with Unity and tested Unreal, 100% decided that we're going to continue with Unreal. But that's part of another conversation. Now, establish what is the tool, a professional tool, and in this case is Unreal. But this is not enough. I started creating mobile applications, then I moved to other platforms like Steam, and then things start moving in a good direction, but not enough. The thing is that I wasn't sharing the process, that I wasn't showing to the rest of the world what I was creating. I wasn't making connections in professional networks like LinkedIn. And the combination between what I'm doing and sharing that on YouTube to create my community and the other side, LinkedIn, to find job opportunities was the key to my success. Once I decided to start sharing my content, I realized that opportunities starting to pop in different directions. They were from independent projects onto AAA projects, the ones that could be even for free and the ones that can pay you six-figure money. The way that I got these jobs wasn't because I applied for a job opportunity, but because the opportunity called me. And this is key. There is no better way to find a job than when the opportunity calls to your door. But at the same time, I have to let you know that even though you have a great career and you have a great opportunity working in a big studio, be sure that one day they're going to have a massive layoff and you're going to be part of it. So how you're going to handle these kind of situations, of stressful situations? This is the key of what I am doing with the Game Creator Accelerator, because you have to be prepared for the future. You can start creating your communities in YouTube and building fans, and this is very good. You can also use that content and put it on LinkedIn to show to the professional network what you're capable of. And you can also find a job opportunity, and it could be a really great one. But you need to be prepared for the layoff. And this is why you have to continue showing your progression, your personal progression on YouTube, creating communities, because that's the key for your future successful in the video game industry. These are the people that will support you in the future for all the dreams that you have in mind. And please don't take this cheesy term as when I mention something like dreaming. I know that you want to create worlds. This is the dream that I refer in. It's not like a dream, like a dreaming. No, I'm really telling you that you have something there inside of you that you only know that you want to create. That's what I refer as a dream. And I know that in the moment that you start building the first blocks of that dream and you start showing, you will find a supportive community that will be behind you. And this is the plan that we developed with the GCA, with the Game Creator Accelerator. But now let's go back to these two keys to build your career. The first key is create. First, define what is the tool that you want to use. In this case, I always recommend you Unreal, and I will always recommend Unreal. But you need to have a direction of the type of game that you want to create. And don't think small, because if you want to get into the gaming industry, into the professional part of the gaming industry, don't think small. Think about third-person shooters, first-person shooters, games with high quality, because remember that Unreal provides you the possibility not only for video games, but for many other industries. Once you define the type of game that you want to create, then learn Unreal one step at a time. What matters is the progression, and the progression has to be solid. Just dedicate 1 hour a day to do something, to achieve something. A very simple example in Unreal is start using the brush editing tool just to understand how you can prototype levels easier and really fast. Do this activity for 5 days. Continuously, 1 hour every day, and you see how you can improve your technical capacities to recreate level design, which, by the way, is a very important skill that you need for the industry of video games. Then you can specialize in specific things in Unreal. You can take very cheap courses in Udemy to learn something in particular, but you don't have to go straight to coding if you don't know coding. That could be a path that gets you to frustration. You want to see results. You want to see the environments that you created. You want to see something that as well, we're going to get to the next step, you can share with the rest of the world. And yes, this is when we talk about the second key, sharing. You need to present your content on YouTube. It's the best platform. It's the best social media platform for creating video games. In this platform, you will build a community of people that will support you in the future for anything that you're going to create. They're going to subscribe, they're going to like you. Even beyond the possibility that you can work for a studio in the future, you might want to create your own games, your own project. And imagine that you build this community that eventually can be part of your newsletter. And remember, the power is on the list. When you have this newsletter of people that are following you, they can become the best source of income that you can use to continue doing your work, to continue doing your projects. And this is why the keys of create and share are so essential for your future, for your career in video games. Because even when you can be part of the layoff, and believe me, if you are part of a studio, eventually you will be part of it. You can go back and continue doing the things that you were doing. And now they are paying off for you, for your career, for your stress, and for your family. The first videos won't be your masterpiece. But as you build, as you create, as you edit, and you continue doing this process, you're going to get better and better. Believe me, it's just about getting messy, practicing. It's just about doing this activity, and you will discover your path. You will discover the kind of content that people want to see. You will exchange with them comments, and sometimes will be haters. Yeah, you're going to handle the haters as well. But many of the people eventually will become this niche audience that wants to see your content, who wants to see what you are creating and how they can be part of it. Once you have your content in YouTube, refer that link to that content on a post on LinkedIn. Start building your professional presence, your professional history inside LinkedIn. Because believe me, guys, there are headhunters and studios and human resources or small studios which leaders are figuring out where they can find the type of talent that you represent, and they will find you on LinkedIn. And this answers the questions of the market of how can I hack the system that requires for a beginner position to have 2 years of experience. They are just covering themselves. They want to be sure that the person on the other side has the capacity to answer to their requirements. But when you show what you're doing, even if it is not finished, it doesn't matter that the project is finished. Please, that doesn't matter. What matters is the progression. What are you doing? And they want to see if in progress, you're doing something that they can use for the project that they have in mind. People looking for professional talents will check your history on LinkedIn. They want to see your progress. So show your progress. Don't be afraid to show your work. There are so many people around the world, people that I talk to, that they say, yes, I'm working on a project and I want to finish to present it as part of my portfolio. No, that's a really big mistake. Do not do that. That is bad for your game because you are not building a community of fans that can purchase your game, pre-purchase the game, be part of a Kickstarter campaign to support the rest of the creation of your video game. That's the first mistake. And on the other side, which is the professional side, because you're waiting to have something to show, you're wasting weeks, months, and probably years to show just one thing that you are doing, when you should show the progression of the things that you are achieving. That's more valuable, believe me guys, that's a lot more valuable than working on one project until the end that you don't know if it's going to work or not. Please do not complain about the market. Just take actions, and these actions are in your court. It is simple. Just create, learn in the process, and share what you are doing. Share your progression. It will help your project. It will help you individually as an independent creator in the gaming industry, but also it will help you boost your presence in the professional circles. Using the strategies centered on create, learning, and share is what I do with my students on the Game Creator Accelerator. If you want to learn more about it, you can contact me directly. I would love to have the opportunity to chat one-on-one with you, understand where you are, where you want to go, and see if this is exactly what you need. Look for more information on the description section. If you have a good value from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly content about boosting your video game career. Until next, keep creating, keep sharing, and keep dreaming big. See you soon, my creators.